Okay, hi everybody. So we've just been away for a few days to Scotland. We went to visit our friend Tim at the Kyle of Lochhouse, which is near the Isle of Skye. Had a wonderful few days, but obviously you come back to whatever tragedies that have befallen you. So today I found spider mites on a few of our plants. So I'm just going to go through a really quick rundown of how I deal with them. So what I tend to do is I use just some horticultural soap. This is from Amazon, it's quite cheap. So it says you can either spray it, which I do have a spray bottle full of it. So 200 to 600 mils with 10 litres of water, apply 3 to 4 times every 8 to 10 days. However, I kind of just eyeball it into a jug with a bit of warm water, and use just a barbering brush, you know what you used to put on your shaving foam at the front. So we have this one first. This is an anthurium. No, it's not. This is a alocasia. It's an alocasia. Ooh, the name evades me for some reason. I will put it in the comments below when I remember the name, when it comes back to me. So I literally get some on the brush. Obviously it's quite a messy thing, gets quite drippy. But I'll put some B-roll in of what they actually look like and what it looks like on the leaf so that you can tell. But then literally just paint the leaf, coat it all. Once you've done it once, it's kind of kills them all off for a while, but it's a never-ending battle with spider mites in this house. Touch wood, not had any thrips yet. I did find mealies on one of my anthurium, but I use isopropyl alcohol on those. That dries them up and kills them straight away on contact. So I just use a tiny, sorry you can't see me, but this is the way we roll in this place. I just use a tiny paintbrush, dab it into the isopropyl alcohol. Again, don't buy anything expensive, just buy a bottle of it from Amazon, and then just dab away at your plant. You can also, again, water it down slightly, put it in a spray bottle, and give your plants a real good spray, and then that'll make sure it gets rid of them. Just make sure with mealies that you are getting in all the nooks and crannies, because that's hiding the tight little crevices in the plants. But yeah, so spider mites is the word of the day today. Like I say, just be really gentle. This one's quite a new leaf, it's still hardening off. But you do need to make sure you get the entirety of the leaves, because they suck the life out of your plants basically, and they become a nightmare. So I watered everything before I went, so unfortunately, or fortunately for me, unfortunately for you, there isn't a watering video as of yet, but I will get around to that. It can take a little while depending on the size of your plant, and obviously, as I say, it does get messy, it does get drippy, but needs must. So it's on this one, and it's also on my El Choco or Rejuvenal philodendron. They're a more velvety leaf, so they don't really like being wet, but it's had spider mites a few times, and this is the treatment it gets, and it bounces right back. It doesn't even skip a beat. So yeah, just make sure obviously they're not in direct light after you've done it immediately, because it will burn. It's got water on it, it's got soap and chemicals on it. Now in the soap it actually adds potassium and things like that to the plant, so the plant really quite likes it. We generally have a bit of a spa day every now and then when this sort of thing happens, and I just pretty much go through everything and just give them all a nice coating. Obviously it also clears any dust off the leaves, so it's a win-win all around. Killing bugs and also dusting your plant, adding nutrients to it. But yeah, it's literally as easy as this. And it doesn't actually smell that bad, it smells quite nice. And your hands feel really soft afterwards. So that's one. Try not to dip it in my broom. If you hear a few bings, chirps and bongs, we do have Coco over here. Coco is my African grey parrot. He's also my alarm clock. He wakes us up every morning bright and early. But yeah, so I do have 2 pieces of the Ruby Juvenile. This is the smaller piece with the red backs. It is in cataphyll, so the new leaf will come from this. This is a cataphyll. It does have another growth point here because I chopped it top and bottom. It's in no drainage, so it's currently got a layer of pond and then sphagnum moss just while it's getting going. It seems to be doing okay. Obviously there's a few tattered leaves, but yeah, as you can see the leaves are looking a bit worse for wear, but there's definitely spider mites. So in this ridge here, you might be able to see some just around here where the leaf dips in. So we just repeat the process over again. And this horticultural soap is specifically for mites and things like that. It's completely safe. It's for use on foods and things like that. So do not worry about pets or anything like that because it's completely safe. You can use this on your tomatoes and things like that. She is also not very happy with us because we went away without her. But she has had a haircut. We like to get her cut quite short in winter because then she can fit in all the coats. Her puffiness doesn't get in the way. She's currently sporting one of Rachel's lovely bows that she gives us every time she goes for a groom, which is a Halloween themed one. So sweet. So it's got a little purple bow with a skull on, and she also has a bandana. But yeah, she's been rather quiet today. Buddy again is asleep on his bed. One day you will get to meet Buddy, but unfortunately he's not a big fan of the camera. As you can see, the pot's not that stable. It's just because it's in a bit of moss in a deli cup that I get packs of 50 of them off Temu, and they work really well. They work well in my cabinet as well, with the IKEA clips. This one's rather awkward, like I say. But yeah, so just go around, make sure it paints on. It lathers up quite well. Don't worry about that. It will vanish. It doesn't leave marks or stains on your leaves either. It's just a tedious chore. They do tend to like this one because the petioles are quite rough. They're a little bumpy. Yeah, they're almost braille-like, so you do need to get everywhere that you can possibly get with it. Including all the petioles and everything. The bigger one is a lot easier because it's in a proper pot. You'll get yellowing on your leaves and things like that. If you see them, you'll know straight away to check for any form of mites or anything like that. But yeah, that one's still hard enough. That is its newest leaf. That's 2 down. So this is my bigger one. As you can see, it's got a new leaf coming from the caterpillar here. I'll kind of just try and trickle some on that because there's no way I'll be able to paint that. It's quite dusty at the moment. Unfortunately, with having a feathered friend, he does kick up a lot of feather dust. So it is something that we do deal with a lot. Our leaves getting dusty, so giving them a wipe down every now and then does them the world of good. It allows more light to get to the leaf, and then the leaf can produce more food, and you get a bigger, happier plant. You can tell on this one a bit more because you can see how rough it is. Just get right in there and make sure it's as coated as possible. And you'll be able to see on some of these leaves as well how they look quite happy afterwards. They look nice, clean, sparkly leaves. Obviously they are a bit damp because you've just covered them in soap, but you'll see what I mean. Again, front and back. This one's the oldest leaf, it's not looking its best, but it's still got a bit of life in it and it's still got a purpose and creating plenty of food for the plant. So I'll not chop it off just yet. I tend to leave them on as long as possible, leave them on until they go yellow, and then take them off, unless there's a need for me to take them off. But yeah, they generally stay on as long as I can keep them on. I don't mind the odd bit of cosmetic damage. It doesn't offend me whatsoever. So this one normally lives just up here. It faces the window, which was a bit of a mess up on my part because this faces into the room and the plant grew this way to the window because that's where I wanted to be. But as you can see, this is the first leaf that I did. Nice, shiny and healthy. And we'll get them all looking like that. It's not like Provanto, so it doesn't actually get into the leaves of the plant, it just kills anything that's on the plant. So it's not going to stop it for weeks at a time, but it'll kill anything that's immediately in contact with it. So, and again, you should be able to see the reason it's called Ruby Juvenile is because when the leaves are younger, they're red at the back. As you can see, this one's an older leaf, it's much more mature now, so you'll lose that red. You do get a little tinge of it, but it fades right back down and they all go completely green on the backs. So it is good if you like that to keep chopping it and keeping it rather immature so you keep the red leaves, but I really like the shapes of this one. They're really big heart-shaped leaves. And they just look really nice. So yeah, went to Scotland, we had 4 days there. It was 8.5 hour drive up there. Absolutely beautiful place. Would recommend to anyone. And then on the way home, we set off at about 3 o'clock. We got back around 10ish, 11. We were trying to outrun the storm that was just about to hit. So yeah, we got back last night, so today's Monday. We went up on Thursday. It was really nice. It was actually our 10-year anniversary on Halloween. So we always try and go away around this time of the year or do something special, make memories rather than spending money on presents. We try and spend money on time and memories. And then it was Tim's birthday on the 1st. So Tim took us out for a really nice drive around Skye, showing us all the sights. And that was absolutely amazing. The views up there are stunning. There's not a lot of plants, but yeah. If any of you have any tips on places to go staycation wise, please let me know in the comments below, because we're always looking for ideas for next year. It's just this one that I didn't do the back of. And if you do see them, it is really important to check any plants that they are around, that they could be in contact with, because they generally will walk and wander across all of your plants. So it's best just to treat everything around them. I've got quite a few others in the kitchen that I've sprayed and they're just in the sink, just draining. This one, I'm just going to squeeze it on. It doesn't matter if a little bit of it goes into the soil. As I say, it's completely fine. I just don't want to cause too much damage to this leaf, so. But yeah. So as you can see, they don't mind it too much. It dries quite nicely, it dries quite shiny, your leaves go quite dark again. But it dries off relatively quick. Don't put it under light, as I said, because it will scorch, you'll burn your leaves. Just let it dry, and then once it's dried off, you can put it back. Yeah, this is the most recent leaf. It's still hardening enough, as you can see, but they come in with that beautiful big heart shape. So yeah. He lives on the window ledge, so it's not too bad. Well, in the window, so it's not too bad. He's not getting any direct sun at the moment, because obviously we're in autumn. And as you can see from outside, it's not bright and sunny. But yeah, so that's literally all I do. If I bring it back to this one, you can see it's pretty much dry. You can, of course, shower them off first, which most people do. Some of these are just a bit cumbersome to be taken upstairs, so we just treat them with the soap, and it works for me. It's always worked for me, so yeah, it doesn't stop them from coming back, but it stops them in the tracks in the first instance. So there we are with those 3, and yeah, I'll come back next time and figure out what we're going to do next time. But so thank you very much for joining me. If you made it to the end, please do leave a little ghost emoji, seeing as we've just had Halloween. But yeah, please like, subscribe, and watch more of my content. Thank you so much. Have a good day.